Have you ever seen strawberries growing up a trellis instead of spreading across the ground, and wondered if it was just another internet gardening trend? Most people imagine strawberries as low-growing plants that send runners in every direction until they cover an entire bed. But with the right support and a simple growing technique, strawberries can be trained vertically, allowing you to harvest plenty of fruit while using much less space. Better airflow, cleaner berries, healthier plants, and easier maintenance are just a few of the extra benefits. The best part is that you don't need a special climbing variety. Vertical growing simply works with the plant's natural habit of producing runners, guiding them upward instead of across the soil. This keeps fruit away from damp ground, reduces disease problems, and often leads to longer harvests. Whether you have a large garden, a tiny backyard, a balcony, or just a few containers, a vertical strawberry system can help you grow more berries in less space. Once you see how well it works, you may never grow strawberries the traditional way again. 1. Understand how climbing strawberries work. Before building a vertical support, it's important to know that strawberries are not true climbing plants. Unlike peas, beans, grapes, or cucumbers, they don't produce tendrils or stems that naturally attach themselves to a trellis. Instead, they spread by sending out long runners from the mother plant. As these runners grow, each node can develop roots and become a brand new strawberry plant whenever it reaches suitable soil. In nature, this allows strawberry patches to gradually spread across the ground and form dense colonies. Vertical growing simply redirects that natural habit upward instead of outward. By providing a trellis, tower, wireframe, or another support, you encourage the runners to grow vertically while continuing their normal growth pattern. The plants aren't actually climbing, they're simply being trained. This is exactly why the method works so well. Rather than changing the way strawberries grow, it makes better use of their natural tendency to spread. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is expecting strawberries to climb without help. In reality, the runners only need occasional guidance and gentle support. Once you understand this simple concept, creating a productive vertical strawberry garden becomes surprisingly easy. 2. Choose the right strawberry variety. Selecting the right variety makes a huge difference when growing strawberries vertically. Even the strongest trellis won't perform well if the plants produce fruit only once before focusing entirely on runner growth. For continuous harvests, everbearing and day-neutral varieties are usually the best options. Everbearing strawberries produce several crops during the season, instead of concentrating everything into one harvest. They naturally balance leaf growth, flowering, fruit production, and runner development, making them ideal for vertical systems. Day-neutral varieties are often an even better choice because they continue producing flowers and berries whenever temperatures remain favorable instead of relying on changing daylight hours. Their steady production makes them perfect for towers, hanging baskets, trellises, and container gardens. June-bearing strawberries can also be trained vertically, but they usually produce one large harvest in late spring or early summer before switching their energy toward leaves and runners. Gardeners who want fresh berries over many months often prefer everbearing or day-neutral types instead. When choosing plants, look for varieties described as heavy runner producers, everbearing, day-neutral, suitable for containers, or capable of producing over a long season. Starting with the right plants makes the entire system easier to manage while increasing productivity throughout the year. Once you pair a productive variety with a sturdy support, vertical strawberry growing becomes a simple, reliable system, limited only by the amount of vertical space you have available. 3. Build a sturdy support structure. A strong support system is the foundation of every successful vertical strawberry garden. Since strawberries cannot climb on their own, they need a framework that allows their runners to be trained upward as they grow. The structure should be stable, durable, and easy to maintain throughout the growing season. Fortunately, there are plenty of options. Wooden trellises, metal grids, cattle panels, ladder-style frames, strawberry towers, fences, balcony railings, and greenhouse supports all work well. Many gardeners even build highly productive systems using reclaimed lumber, old fencing, or other recycled materials. Whatever design you choose, it should accomplish 3 important goals. First, it should allow plenty of airflow around the plants, so leaves dry quickly after watering or rain, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Second, it should provide easy access for tying runners, pruning damaged growth, and harvesting berries. Third, it should expose every part of the plant to as much sunlight as possible so both upper and lower sections receive enough light for healthy growth. Even a structure only 3 to 5 feet tall can dramatically increase your growing space without expanding your garden footprint. As runners establish themselves higher on the support, several generations of strawberry plants can grow within the same compact area. Most importantly, make sure the framework is strong enough to support mature plants carrying heavy foliage, developing fruit, and extra weight after rain or watering. A well-built support improves airflow, light exposure, plant health, and overall productivity, becoming the backbone of a thriving vertical strawberry garden. 4. Build strong roots before training the plant. Every successful vertical strawberry garden begins with a healthy root system. No matter how sturdy your trellis or how carefully you train the runners, weak roots will always limit the plant's ability to grow, flower, and produce fruit. Strong roots supply the water, nutrients, and energy needed to support lush foliage, vigorous runner production, abundant blossoms, and heavy harvests throughout the season. To encourage healthy development, strawberries should be planted in soil that is loose, fertile, and rich in organic matter. The growing medium should drain well while still holding enough moisture to keep the roots consistently hydrated without becoming waterlogged. Roots quickly struggle in heavy, compacted soil because they cannot expand freely or absorb nutrients efficiently. Since vertical systems naturally direct excess water downward, proper drainage becomes even more important to prevent root rot and other moisture-related problems. Giving each plant enough space is equally essential. Position strawberries about 12 to 18 inches apart, so every plant has room to develop a strong crown and an extensive root system. Good spacing also improves airflow, helping leaves dry faster after watering and lowering the risk of fungal diseases. Overcrowded plants often compete for moisture and nutrients, produce fewer healthy runners, and eventually develop smaller berries. Adding mulch around the base of each plant provides several long-term benefits. Straw, pine needles, or shredded leaves help the soil retain moisture, reduce temperature fluctuations, suppress weeds, and prevent mud from splashing onto the foliage and fruit during rain or irrigation. Keeping the root zone protected creates a more stable environment where plants can grow steadily throughout the season. Think of the roots as the engine that powers the entire vertical system. When they remain healthy, the plants have everything they need to produce vigorous runners, continuous flowers, and an abundance of sweet, healthy strawberries that gradually fill your support structure from bottom to top. 5. Give your plants as much sunlight as possible. Sunlight is one of the most important factors in growing productive strawberry plants, and it becomes even more critical when they are trained vertically. Because plants occupy several different levels, poor placement can leave the lower portions in constant shade, while only the upper plants receive enough light. This uneven exposure often leads to inconsistent growth, fewer flowers, and reduced harvests. For the best production, strawberries should receive a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. Even more sunlight often produces stronger plants with thicker foliage, more vigorous runners, increased flowering, sweeter fruit, and significantly larger harvests. Whenever possible, place your vertical growing system in a south or southwest-facing location where it will receive sunshine for most of the day. Morning sunlight is especially valuable because it quickly dries dew and excess moisture from the leaves, reducing the chances of fungal diseases. Afternoon sunshine helps the plants produce more sugars, improving both the sweetness and flavor of the berries. Avoid positioning your support where sunlight is blocked for long periods by tall buildings, fences, dense trees, roof overhangs, or other structures. Narrow spaces with limited light can also reduce productivity because the lower plants rarely receive enough energy to thrive. Whenever practical, leave open space around the entire structure so sunlight can reach it from several angles. Even light entering from the sides helps the lower sections remain productive instead of becoming weak and shaded. Without enough sunlight, strawberry plants usually produce fewer blossoms, shorter runners, and smaller berries with less sweetness. In contrast, plants growing in full sun remain compact, vigorous, and capable of producing heavy crops throughout the season. Sunlight doesn't simply help strawberries grow, it regulates every major stage of their development, from leaf production and runner formation to flowering and fruit ripening. Positioning your vertical system correctly ensures every level receives the light needed to remain healthy and productive. 6. Let the runners develop before you prune them. This step surprises many gardeners who are used to growing strawberries in traditional garden beds. In a conventional strawberry patch, runners are often removed as soon as they appear, because gardeners want the plant to direct all of its energy toward producing larger berries instead of creating new plants. That approach works well in flat beds, but vertical strawberry gardening follows a completely different strategy. In a vertical system, runners are not something to eliminate. They are the very feature that makes the entire method successful. One of the most common mistakes beginners make is cutting runners too early. Removing them before they have fully developed prevents the plants from climbing through the support system and greatly reduces the productivity of the entire structure. Runners are simply the strawberry plant's natural method of reproduction. They extend away from the mother plant, searching for new places where daughter plants can establish themselves. In a traditional bed, they spread across the ground. In a vertical garden, however, those same runners become the framework that fills the trellis with new growth. Without healthy runners, a vertical strawberry system can never reach its full potential. As soon as the first runners emerge from the main crown, resist the urge to remove them. Allow them to continue growing until they become long enough to reach your support. During this period, the plant is naturally exploring new areas where it can continue expanding. Pruning runners too soon creates several unnecessary problems. Vertical growth stops before the system has a chance to develop. The plant wastes valuable energy producing replacement runners instead of strengthening the ones it already created. As a result, the number of future fruiting sites is reduced, ultimately leading to smaller harvests. Once the runners become long, flexible, and strong enough, they can easily be guided upward and gently secured to your trellis or support. At that point, they become the backbone of your vertical strawberry wall. The goal is not to let runners spread randomly throughout the garden. Instead, allow them enough time to grow naturally, then carefully train and organize them so they fill the structure in an orderly way. With a little patience, those runners will gradually transform a single strawberry plant into a dense, productive vertical garden capable of producing far more fruit while taking up only a fraction of the space. 7. Train the runners to grow upward. Once your strawberry runners have grown long enough to reach the support, you can begin training them to climb through the structure. At this point, you're doing more than simply growing strawberries. You're shaping the entire layout of your vertical garden. Although runners may appear flexible and durable, they are actually quite delicate. Twisting them sharply, bending them too far, or pulling them tightly against the support can damage the tissues that transport water and nutrients. Even small injuries can slow growth, weaken new plants, and reduce future harvests. Always use soft materials when attaching runners to the support. Good choices include soft garden twine, cloth strips, elastic plant ties, or reusable garden clips. Avoid using thin wire, plastic zip ties, or any material that may tighten as the runner thickens. What seems loose at first can eventually cut into the stem and restrict the flow of water and nutrients. Leave each tie slightly loose instead of fastening it tightly. The purpose is only to guide the runner along the trellis, not to hold it rigidly in place. A little freedom allows the stem to expand naturally while moving gently with the wind. That gentle movement actually benefits the plant by strengthening the stems and improving airflow throughout the foliage. Better ventilation helps leaves dry faster after rain or watering, reducing the chances of fungal diseases developing. As you guide each runner, follow the natural shape of the support rather than forcing the plant into sharp angles. If a runner isn't growing exactly where you'd like, redirect it gradually over several days instead of bending it all at once. Strawberries respond much better to gentle adjustments than sudden changes. Think of the process as guiding rather than forcing the plant. When runners are trained correctly, new nodes develop evenly, daughter plants root more successfully, the mother plant experiences less stress, and the entire structure becomes neat, balanced, and highly productive. By working with the strawberry's natural growth habit, every runner eventually becomes another fruit-producing section of your vertical garden. 8. Make every runner work for you. Every runner produced by a strawberry plant is an opportunity to increase future harvests. The way you manage those runners determines how quickly your vertical garden expands and how productive it becomes over time. One of the best methods is to root new plants throughout the structure. Place small pots, hanging pockets, planter boxes, or fabric grow bags at different levels of your support. As a runner reaches one of these locations, gently position one of its nodes against the soil and secure it lightly until roots begin to form. After rooting, each daughter plant becomes an independent producer. It develops its own leaves, flowers, runners, and fruit, allowing a single mother plant to gradually transform into an entire wall of productive strawberry plants. Another excellent option is to allow certain runners to remain hanging freely. On trellises, towers, and vertical frames, suspended runners often continue producing flowers and berries even before rooting. Because the fruit hangs above the ground, it stays cleaner, dries more quickly after rain, and has far less contact with soil-borne pests and diseases. Many experienced growers combine both approaches. Some runners are rooted to build a larger vertical system for future harvests, while others remain hanging, so they begin producing fruit as soon as possible. Using both techniques creates an ideal balance between immediate production and long-term expansion, resulting in a fuller, healthier, and far more productive strawberry wall. 9. Water the entire vertical system evenly. Water management becomes even more important once strawberries are growing vertically. Unlike plants growing in traditional beds, vertical gardens are strongly affected by gravity. Water naturally moves downward, causing the upper planting areas to dry much faster while the lower sections often remain moist much longer. Uneven moisture is one of the most common reasons vertical strawberry gardens struggle. Instead of watering only the base of the structure, make sure every section that contains roots receives enough moisture. Water slowly so the growing medium has time to absorb it, instead of allowing it to run straight through the system. Pay special attention to the original planting area at the bottom, rooted runners growing in elevated containers, and the upper planting pockets that dry out fastest during warm weather. The highest levels usually require more frequent checking than the lower ones. A simple way to test moisture is by pushing your finger an inch or two into the soil. If it feels dry below the surface, it's time to water. Whenever possible, avoid soaking the leaves, flowers, and fruit from above. Wet foliage creates ideal conditions for diseases such as gray mold and powdery mildew. In dense vertical plantings, trapped moisture often remains much longer than expected. A drip irrigation system is one of the best watering methods because it delivers moisture slowly and directly to the roots. If you're watering by hand, aim the water at the soil instead of spraying the entire plant. Maintaining consistent moisture is much more important than giving large amounts of water all at once. Repeated cycles of drought followed by heavy watering stress, the plants reducing flowering, slowing runner growth, and lowering fruit quality. Even soil moisture encourages steady growth, continuous blooms, and sweeter, healthier strawberries throughout the season. 10. Protect the root zone with mulch. Mulch is much more than a finishing touch. It is one of the most important components of a successful vertical strawberry garden. Because vertical systems expose plants to greater temperature changes than traditional beds, the root zone heats up quickly during sunny afternoons and cools rapidly at night. These constant fluctuations place significant stress on the shallow roots that strawberries naturally develop. A thick layer of organic mulch helps protect the roots from these temperature extremes while creating a healthier growing environment. Excellent mulch materials include straw, pine needles, shredded leaves, and dry grass clippings. A generous layer of mulch performs several valuable functions at the same time. It helps stabilize soil temperature, slows moisture evaporation, suppresses weeds, protects delicate roots, and gradually enriches the soil as it breaks down into organic matter. Most importantly, mulch creates stable growing conditions around the roots. When strawberry roots remain cool, consistently moist, and protected, the plants continue directing their energy into producing healthy leaves, vigorous runners, abundant flowers, and large crops of fruit. If the roots repeatedly become hot or dry, the plants shift their energy toward survival instead of production. The result is fewer flowers, smaller berries, and noticeably lower yields. Healthy roots support everything happening above the soil. They provide the energy needed for lush foliage, vigorous runner growth, and continuous fruit production throughout the season. When proper watering is combined with a thick layer of mulch, a vertical strawberry garden becomes far easier to maintain. Plants stay healthier, fruit remains cleaner, runners develop more vigorously, and harvests continue longer with less work from the gardener.